Hello, dear viewer. You may call me irrelevant. So, for today's story, I figured I would tell you a tale of after I had started running my own network. Early on, there weren't really too many players on at once, as to be expected for a brand new Minecraft server and all. So, there was a day when myself and the other admins and mods were all hanging out together in VC. A pretty rare sight to see on any server where every single member of upper staff were hanging out and online and active. You know, those times where, as a player, you sit back and think, maybe I should be on my best behavior. Well, it seems that this kid didn't get the memo. As we're taking our time, just exploring the world we worked so hard to create, one of my mods chimes in with the whole, "You better come take a look at this" cliche. Well, of course I have to. It's my duty after all. I'm the one who has to keep everything running and in tip-top shape. So, I go into Vanish and I teleport right on over to them. Which, of course, leads me to being followed by a posse of every other admin online at the time. We're nosy creatures, of course. Which is actually how this kid got caught to begin with. If you ever wonder what the mods and admins are doing when you can't find them, they're watching someone. They always are. You can't help it. You're interesting and all. But you really don't want to be the object of an admin's interest when you're breaking the rules. Now you've given us a different form of entertainment. When we all teleported over to this kid, we were immediately greeted by obvious signs of someone who is X-raying. You know the spiel: direct tunnels straight to diamonds, paths that don't seem to make sense, all of that jazz. But you know what? It's a slow day. So we decide we're gonna watch a bit longer, just to be sure. No jumping to conclusions or anything. We give him about 5-10 more minutes of watching him beeline directly to diamonds every time. Then we have enough. We decide that we're gonna give him a bit of a scare. All at once, every single mod, admin, and myself, the owner of the network, unvanish, and we're right behind him in this pitch black cave system. You can visibly see him jump a little bit. Now, it's time to ask the golden question. "Hey, buddy, what you doing?" To which he thinks his best solution is to lie. "Oh, I'm just mining. I'm just getting some more resources to make some new items." "Okay. Why are you beelining to diamonds every time?" "What do you mean? What does mining in a B formation have anything to do with it?" Well, that line visibly confuses me, but only for a second before I clarify. Well, it means that every direction you're going directly into diamonds. Are you X-raying? "No, of course not. I would never X-ray. I would never." "Okay. Then why is your inventory filled with, 5 stacks of diamonds?" "Oh, well, I've been mining for a very long time." "All right. Well, we've been watching you for about 10 minutes. I'm going to ask you again. Have you been X-raying?" At this point, all bets are off. He's realized that we've seen far more than he anticipated. This is why, if you're going to lie to server owners when you're in trouble, you should make sure you figure out what they know first. Just like what I had done in my first video on this channel when I got myself in trouble with an owner. So, regardless, kid's figured out he's been caught. Now it's time for the waterworks. He starts begging and pleading how he'll never do it again. Now, of course, as the owner, I can't let this stand. Not only was he breaking one of the server rules, he also blatantly lied to my face about it when confronted. So I get that ban command all typed out and I tell him he'll never be allowed back on my network again. Mwahahaha! Yeah, no, that's not something that happens around my parts. I tell the kid, hey, look, we're going to delete these diamonds that you got, but if you uninstall X Ray and you don't use it again, then it's fine. You can keep playing. You made a mistake. We're not happy that you did it, but just don't do it again and it'll be fine, alright? So, he takes me up on the offer, and we haven't had a problem with him since. Smooth sailing. Like, I'll be frank with y'all, I don't understand the owners who are cruel and unforgiving. A lot of the people who are going to be playing on your network are kids, and sometimes kids just want to do what they want to do. Of course, you can't just let them get away with everything. It's not right or fair to your other players. But you also don't have to be a monster to them. You can use it as a teaching moment the first time around, and if it continues, then you can start enacting some level of discipline towards it. But otherwise, I don't like to be the almighty monster in the cloud with slash smite on speed dial. I would much rather end things off as a happy tale for all, or at least some sort of learning moment.